Welcome once again. So today I'll be talking about how my dad would have died 20 years ago instead of 14 years ago. It was really a kind of narrow escape for him that he was able to survive, and he was able to survive mainly with the help of God, because I feel it was God that really intervened then, because I can't imagine how our life would have been if he had died then, because our life would have been more miserable than this. Because then I think 6 years old then, so my younger brother Shalagwan was like a year plus. So how our mom will have coped, and we even opting for relocating at that age, at that moment in our life, will have actually caused a lot of harm to us, and it will have been very bad for us. So 20 years ago, that was 2005, my dad was just called all of a sudden that his dad is sick. Okay, my dad was still planning to go down to our hometown. Then it was called that again that his dad is dead. That's my grandpa. So I remember vividly then, it was even evening, like it was evening that he went down to our town. Then I'm sure he got there probably in the midnight or early in the morning. So on getting there, I don't know how, probably my grandpa rose up from the dead. I don't know. But on getting there, he was actually fine. He actually, probably he had been sick then, so probably they already thought he was dead. So he was actually fine. So my dad came back like a day after, a day or two. The week my dad came back, I was still young then, but we just started having stomach pain all of a sudden. Then took him to hospital. They diagnosed him of appendix, which he have, he have to do an operation then. So just a normal appendix that one can just do operation for it and you'll be fine. Because then I was still young then. I even later was hearing stories about what happened then. So they did the normal minor surgery for an appendix patients. Still, my dad's condition was still very worse. And when he was already at the brink of death, they now opt to do a major surgery for him, which might actually take his life along the line. Even the doctor didn't tell my mom. Yeah, he didn't tell my mom. He told our family pastor. My other video, I told you about our family pastor, which like a family to us. We are from the same hometown, which my mom went to drop my siblings with when we were going to my hometown when my dad died. So it was him that came. It was him that the doctor told about the condition, because he knows if you tell my mom will be very scared. Like, he'll be very scared. So it was him that told the doctor told him about the condition of my dad, and he's actually at the peak of death. Even this operation, they are not sure if my dad will actually survive it. The operation is like less than 20% chance of survival. So my pastor was praying and this faith to give the doctor go ahead to continue with the surgery. He was even the one that signed the consent form then. So because they have to keep it for my mom so that she won't be totally down. So after my our family pastor signed the consent form and they did the surgery, with even my family pastor was even fasting, praying, even organizing night vigil just for my dad because of the surgery. So then after the surgery, my dad actually made it, the surgery. So I was told then that during the surgery that they had to cut part of my dad's liver, because part of the liver is actually after getting rotten and decayed, so they have to cut that part. And my dad doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. Even drinking just once in a while, it's not. So they were so shocked that how can such happen, because the only person that can have such condition, liver condition, is someone that actually is a chronic smoker, and my dad doesn't, has never ever smoked. So thank God, it took my dad it took my dad up to a week before he could, because after you actually do surgery, you need to be able to fart, so that this surgery stuff will be losing. Then my dad was not able to fart on time. We started praying for that one separately, so that he'll be able to fart and the surgery stuff will be able to lose it. I think it took up to a week. There's this saying, when actually people actually fart and it smell, people will be like, oh, it's embarrassing, stuff like that. You really don't know what God is actually do for you to be able to fart just like that, without any sweat, without even praying, without people organizing prayer for you to be able to fart. I can remember then when I was we're literally praying so that my dad would be able to fart. The first time he farted, even though the fart was smelling. We were happy that, oh, thank God. If you see how everybody was joyful and happy that he actually farted, like he actually farted. So we were like very happy that, oh, thank God. So it was then it started recovering bit by bit, and I think it was then that my dad started having a bit health complications, because then he was told some food in there to eat. I remember then we as a kid we even enjoy, because then they told my dad that for like 3 months they told him not to eat solid food. So my dad only mostly take custard. So we, as he's taking his custard, we should be taking our own. But my dad doesn't really like custard like that. Though he do buy custard at home, but it's not really. My dad like every food, so he really like those food that are nothing. So it was then my dad started learning how to take custard. So we too, we can take custard almost every day, And when my dad's taking it, we take it to different delicacy, milk, and some other stuff, which we will join him to take. So it was then they told him not to do stressful work, and also not to carry heavy stuff, heavy load. Then so they gave him different rules. He should not eat pepper, many rules like that. But I just thank God that he was able to survive that surgery, because even the doctor actually told our family pastor that it was really that God really intervened, that the God we are serving should continue serving God, because even he himself, he is not like he wasn't sure that my dad was going to survive that surgery. He was not sure that he just use faith and hope to just try and do the surgery for my dad. So I just thank God then that my dad didn't die then 20 years ago, because if he had died, one, we would have been stranded. Our childhood would have been messed up, because I can't imagine me living in my hometown at that age. I would have been very I don't know how I can explain, what I would have been very corrupted. The kind of mentality I would have had, even the fact that I even stayed there for that short period of time I stayed, my ability, because I was like very brilliant. My private school I was going to then in Lagos State, I was one of the best 3 people in the class, the best 3 people in the class. So me getting there, the public school, I was literally the best. Like I was literally the best. So me being the best, and all those abilities, even my English got bad by the time I finished my secondary school, because the public school that you even be speaking Yoruba, you even be speaking your dialect. My English got bad, my intelligence and brilliancy got messed up. By the time I was able to, develop myself a bit after I finished my secondary school. So imagine if I actually got to live in my hometown at that very young age, what will have happened. And as I then too, I'm not even sure if my dad has started building our house building construction, because after my dad died 40 years ago, my mom was still able to see something to sell, to even try to set up a business for herself. But I'm sure that as at then she would have had nothing to be able to sell or support herself if my dad had died then. So it was then that my dad started having health complications, because when my dad lost his job 2010, when he came home, all the stressful work he was told not to do, then he started doing it. He started pounding yam, started doing stressful work, I started eating some food he was told not to eat then, because when he lost his job, my mom business wasn't doing well, so started eating some weird food. I'll be sharing that in my other videos, which started eating some weird food that's all just for us to survive. And regardless of even eating any weird food, we were actually very happy. We were never for one sad or down or depressed. That's what I love about my parents. Even though we were going through all those stuff then, they never sat down and started crying us. Probably maybe they used to cry, secretly, or be depressed secretly, that we kids don't know. But I can remember really, even we see that as family, even though we are kids, we'll be talking. We have this kind of communication with our parents, like kind of communicating as if we are amazed, gisting as if. So we never have time to even be depressed or be down about anything going on in our life. So I'll be gisting you guys more amazing stories, the things about my childhood, things that happened way before I lost our dad. So I'll be gisting you guys later on. So that's how my dad actually escaped death 20 years ago, and I thank God. Regardless, I just thank God that he didn't. I thank God that he didn't die 20 years ago, because I don't know how life would have been. And even though he died 20 years ago, which was painful for me, I still thank God because for his help over our life and how far he has brought us this far. So that's all about today's video. Thanks for listening.